How you guys doing? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to jump right into it. We're going to look at the Ninneko and in particular the investment opportunities that this game has for us. Now it's definitely my top 5 most interesting investment opportunities for this bear market of 2022 and even for 2023. Now I'm going to split this video up in 2 sections. The first one will be a current review of how the Ninneko game is standing right now, the current status of the game. The second part will be a price overview of how the token is looking right now, what the investment opportunities are, and a price forecast for the near future. Use the timestamps below if you want to skip around, and thank you guys for joining me. So let's get into this. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to do so. We're crushing the 800 subscribers soon. We'd really love to have you there. I really do appreciate it. Also, note down, I'm not a financial advisor, so please make sure to do your own research and your own due diligence before investing in any of these projects. All right, with that out of the way, let's get started with a Ninneko, as we have a lot to go over. Starting with what the hell this game actually is and what the current status of the project is. So Ninneko, as you are probably well aware, is a free-to-play crypto game. Play to earn, collect NFTs, etc. The whole thing. Now, over here we have a bunch of artwork already displayed here. Now I'm going to try and show you guys some gameplay while I talk throughout this video, but most important for you guys right now is that this game is all about collecting and PvE and PvP and NFTs, right? So just your casual casual game. I think that's the best word to describe it with. It's not a AAA title, but then again, it doesn't have to be an investment opportunity for us. Now, the Ninja Cat game on Binance Smart Chain, Ninneko is the leading edge of NFT game that combines idle RPG gameplay and a breeding system. They have their own token called Nino, which is what we're going to be talking about today, as that has a huge investment opportunity. We're also going to be talking about their NFTs because they have a similar large investment opportunity. Here they have play to earn, make money. We're just going to go over the website, right? Just get a grasp of what Ninneko is right now, if there's any updates. Make money by playing Ninneko, summon, breed, and trade Ninnekos on Marketplace, stake NFT Ninnekos and Nino, and earn and redeem in-game rewards. Trade game items with other players. Okay, then here we have the Ninneko gallery. Here you can see some of these NFTs, some of the cats you'll be able to collect, etc. And then here is some information regarding the gameplay. Idle system, gain incremental rewards and automatically train your Ninneko over time without grinding. Rich gameplay, progress through the campaign and fight the enemies from destroying your village. Race to the finish in Ninja's Tower. Trading, you own your Ninnekos and free to trade them outside the game. Seasons and events, a variety of events will be held. Strategic battle, it's not easy to assemble the ideal team given it's a large amount of Ninnekos. Right, so you'll be able to collect the Ninnekos, assemble them in a team, play the campaign or play other game modes. There will be events and a genetic system, which basically means that you can combine 2 Ninnekos into a new breed. Okay, so that is really the short overview of what the hell the game actually is. I'll show you guys some gameplay so you're all nice and aware of, the current state of development of the game, what the game is, etc. So now that we've done that, let's look at the actual investment opportunities from an investment point of view. Where is the game standing right now? What's the team doing? What are the big updates that are coming up? To see that, we're going to go over to the roadmap. Now, it's a roadmap starting from Q4 2021 over to Q4 2022. We see here a little light in Q2, meaning that they're still busy with the Guild War and the free-to-play extended features. That also means that we do not have the NFT land yet, nor do we have the village building or the NFT burn, even though we are already in Q3. I imagine that the team is a little bit behind, either intentional or unintentional. Regardless, this is thus still yet to come. At the Digits branch, we've talked about the village building because it's going to be an interesting opportunity. The NFT burn in its own right is going to be interesting for the price. So this is still yet to come, so we're going to get over that in a little bit. First, let's see what the team has been working on in the past couple months. So starting at the end of 2021, testing NFTs, Ninnekos, and the marketplace, issuing Nino tokens, and IDO alpha test on the BSC testnet. Quarter 1 saw the official launch of the game, and Quarter 2 saw the Guild War and the free-to-play extended features. Now, I know for a fact that the Guild War is already here, and I assume that the free-to-play extended features are here also, meaning that the Q3 roadmap items are going to be tackled quite soon. Now, what are we talking about here, right? We're talking about the village building, and this is of course an opportunity to get into, and it's going to have an impact on the price. Now, what exactly is village building? We're going to move over to the white paper in just a second. We're going to read on what it is, and then you'll understand why that could be significant for the price and a potential entry point before the village building happens. Now, in quarter 4 2022, we see the update level NFT application. What exactly does this mean? I assume that you will have a new level or whatever, but it's not really specified, and the NFT land application speaks for itself. So quarter 4, not really anything interesting per se, right? The most important roadmap items are going to be for quarter 3, so that is just around the corner. Quarter 4, not that interested about that, nothing really exciting on the roadmap for that, but again, the real investment opportunity doesn't lay in the roadmap. It doesn't actually lay in anything that Ninneko is going to be doing themselves. So we're going to get into that later on in the video, of course. First, we have to tackle the other core mechanics of Ninneko, which partially is also the Ninneko token. The token name will be the Ninneko token, and the ticker symbol will be Nino. The chain is, of course, the Binance Smart Chain, which I think is a very good choice. I love the BNB chain. I think it's way better than Ethereum, and I personally also prefer it over most other chains. I'm a bit of a BNB fanboy, so I'm happy to see that it's running on this particular chain. I think it's a good choice. For the rest, we have a total supply of 200 million and an initial circulating supply of 15 million. And the whitelist will be yes. General description: Ninneko will be released on the basis of the Binance Smart Chain platform and fully comply with the BEP20 standard. Our token distribution is adopted the distribution model of fair launch and sharing one main goal: to allow our beloved participants to buy the Nino token with the same price in private sale and IDO. That's quite interesting, actually. The same price as in the private sale. So cool, I didn't know that before, so interesting to keep in mind. Then here they have a big old button to buy Nino. Again, we'll get into buying Nino and the token in a tiny little bit. For now, the token distribution allocation, of course, very important for any project, especially if we want to make a price prediction later on. We have to understand what is the token distribution and the tokenomics. Starting with 15% for team, which is actually just average. It's a little bit on the higher side. Of course, always depends on the vesting schedules as well. 10% for advisors and strategies, which is a lot, but in my opinion, advisory and strategy always got a little amount of tokens, with 1 or 2% for advisory. I feel like it's a little. You have to incentivize these advisors to really do their best, and getting better advices for higher tokens, in my opinion, is worth it. So I'm glad to see that we're actually having an increased amount of tokens going to the advisors and strategies. 35% will be going to the private sale, which is a really, really large amount. 15% to the IDO sale, so a lot of tokens are going to be sold out. 5% liquidity, and 20% game incentives. Here we have a little chart. I like that. So you can see that the vast majority of the tokens are going to be in private sale and the IDO sale combined. Okay, then here we have the team. It is fully doxed, which is a very important component of any game, especially in GameFi, right? We're looking at a team that you'll be able to find over on LinkedIn. We see here a team of, 7 people, all with their LinkedIns, nice and out there. Game designer, animator, CTO, UI designer, CEO, VFX artist, and the QA lead. Now, what I find pretty interesting is that the vast majority of these people are regarding game design, game development, etc., and managing those game designers, but we're not seeing really any community managers or any blockchain related functions, which is completely fine. They're probably not in the core team, but they're more outsiders or freelancers or whatever. But yeah, it is interesting. But at least they're all nice and docs, which is actually really, really important. Over here, we see the partners, and they have a bunch of pretty interesting partners. First of all, Launch Zone, of course, one of the launchpad that launched Ninneko. Also the reason why a lot of people got to know Ninneko. Of course, Launch Zone, fairly large launchpad with a big reach in terms of investors, quite respected launchpad as well, in my opinion, a very good one at that. So a good launchpad that Ninneko has partnered up with. For the rest, not really any big names that are standing out to me, mostly tier 3, tier 2 companies that I don't really know. But Launch Zone, definitely a respectable launchpad, I like that. Audited by Furry Chains, all right. And then that's the end of their website over there. So we do have a couple of other options we can click on, such as farm, and we also have the white paper linked over here. But let's just first move around the website a little bit more before we move on. Okay, so this is just the pools and the marketplace and the farming. Here we do have the Ninneko market, and as you can see, there is already quite a lot for sale for a pretty low amount of prices. Look at this. This is 8 USD, 0.03 BNB for a breed, and there's a lot of breeds for sale. Most of these are going for actually really low prices. I'm trying to find some more rare NFTs that maybe cost a little bit more, but it doesn't really seem like they have that. These are adults. You also have newborns, the tiny ones, which are actually more expensive, which is funny. And this is alpha. Yeah, I don't really think we have any very expensive NFTs, but it's good to know. There's gems here also for sale, rubies in this case. Okay, so that's the market for you guys. Let's move over to the white paper, as we actually have a lot to discuss, a lot of questions to answer, a lot of inspecting to do before we can move over to the price. So as for the introduction, Ninneko is a free-to-play NFT play-to-earn game set in a deep dark forest filled with mysterious defendable villages. Alpha Ninnekos were the first villagers to arrive in the forest, and they have protected the villages ever since, maintaining the history and culture of their tribes. However, as more and more Beta Ninnekos arrived in the forest, the land became increasingly scarce. Alright, so that's a little bit of the backstory here. Your goal is to help the Ninnekos conquer the entire forest, build new villages, and establish a strong empire to carry out invasions. You will create various teams and continuously train them to the best. Right, so pretty cool concept there. I really do like the art style and the backstory that they have created for the game. Really cool. Here you have your character. Each Ninneko is a unique NFT. An NFT game. Ninneko is an enchanting NFT role-playing game on the Binance Smart Chain, in which players can earn by nurturing Ninneko, building lineups to defeat enemies through PvP and PvE battles and campaign. Ninneko is designed a token economy model using blockchain technology to complement the gameplay. Alright, of course it will be free to play, which increases the reach of the game exponentially, leading a lot more players into the game. And of course, the more people play a play to earn game, the more utility there will be to the token. So it's actually very important to make it reachable for more people. Free to play helps with that, and since Ninneko has plenty of other income streams, I think it's actually a good decision from the Ninneko team. It wasn't always free to play as far as I can remember, so they switched to this model later down in the line. Play to earn, Ninneko is play to earn, of course. Ninneko themselves, as well as in other game in items such as real weapons. Ninnekos themselves, as well as other in-game items such as weapons, can be traded on the market in terms of NFTs. Right, so everything you own in the game is an NFT which can be traded on the market. Quite normal for a play-to-earn game, but that's how it works. That's how the economy works. Here's a little bit of in-game content, right? Here you have your Ninnekos and the level and their class. Looks very mobile-ish, right? You have here your gems, your coins, your messages, your mail, the world, the store, etc. Here you can go over your campaign. And yeah, I mean, like I said before, I really do like the art style. I think it can be very promising. Very mobile-ish, but that has never stopped the game from being very successful before. So yeah, I mean, I really like that part of Ninneko. Beta Ninnekos on the market, only NFT Ninnekos are allowed in the market, so there will also be non-NFT Ninnekos out there. The Ninneko classifications, right? You have fire, rangers, water, thunder, wind, earth, and yin yang. So different elements of these Ninnekos that are being able to be utilized. Now, this white paper thus far is very much zooming in on the gameplay mechanic side of things. I am seeing a lot of stuff to go over, but it's not as bad. I mean, this is all gameplay, and then over here we do also have tokenomics, marketplace, etc. So it is created for both the gamers and the investors, which is an interesting decision. Usually a white paper is either directed at or the gamers or the investors. They kind of try to mix it in. I think it's a good idea. So yeah, but I mean, at the other hand, the gamers aren't really going to be reading this white paper, but it's still important to understand the game if you're going to be investing into it. All right, so these are the classes. Each Ninneko has different characteristics from appearance to attributes. Now, this is what's going to make your NFT more valuable as well, right? You'll have different hair, ears, eyes, mouth, hands, and tails, apart from having a different class, etc. So that's going to make your Ninnekos unique. You also have the basic stats: heal, attack, armor, and speed. Also contribute. So there's actually a lot of elements to a Ninneko, both on how they look, how they play, how they feel, very in-depth. So the game has really a lot of depth to their Ninnekos and what you can do with them. A lot of strategy that can be done both in the campaign and in the real world. And I think that's really good for the longevity of Ninneko. Makes it very playable long-term, as it will take months, if not years, to really become good at breeding these Ninnekos and the strategy behind it and getting your dream team together, etc., which is of course very important. The longer people are interested in playing the game, the longer they stay inside of the game, the longer they use the marketplace, the more value into the token, into the game, right? It's all a loop. So really looking at how evergreen is this game, how can it keep people inside, very important. Ninneko thought about that clearly. Here's the genes and the breeding. Yeah, it's very much going in depth on, right, how to breed these Ninnekos. I'm not really interested on that, but you can read everything you need on that pretty simply. There will be a breeding fee as well, which you will pay in mata cost per Ninneko. And here they have a little example with a formula on how that's going to work. Here we have the idle RPG system. Grinding games make players rarely entertained and contractory, to good game design. We are proud to announce that the Ninneko is an idle system. Enables our fellow players to play games anytime, anywhere without worrying about being left behind. Avoid performing repetitive tasks every single day. Here's a little bit more gameplay. This is a battle, I believe. So yeah, that's how it looks basically. Easy to play. The game begins with some simple objectives before introducing ways to manage in-game resources. Right, so not only we have free to play, but there's also a tutorial. It's not that difficult to get into. Very low barrier of entry, even to people that don't know NFTs or anything about that. They can play the game quite easily. They made it. They understood like, hey, the whole Web3 NFT thing that can be quite overwhelming. So we're not going to make the game too complicated, which I think is a good thing that they did. Long-term goals. Unlike other grinding games, Idle Ninneko has natural pauses in gameplay, where the users must wait for their strategy to take effect. It's easier for users to have more sustainable usage habits when playing idle games, retaining them for longer, right? So now they actually say it in the white paper as well. It's all about retaining the user for as long as possible, and they really did think about that, which is so important. Now here's the play-to-earn system in detail. Ninneko has stamina, which recovers every 10 minutes. Battling in PvP arenas costs stamina. So the idle system uses stamina, creates Ninnekos. Battling using Ninnekos in PvP, players can battle with one another and get Mata tokens as rewards. Once you get Mata in game, you can claim them to your wallet. So the Ninnekos use stamina in the PvP arena, and they will create you meta tokens, which you can buy Ninnekos with. So that is going to be the gameplay loop of Ninneko. Now the loop also has here the same loop for breeding. Ninnekos can be bred to create new offspring. Players can trade Ninnekos in the market using BNB. So the breeding system, new Ninnekos, players will breed and bring more Ninnekos, and players will also bring new Ninnekos to the market, sell them for BNB, and retrieve BNB. So there's another loop, another layer to the game in that sense, right? Not only will you have an in-depth game where you can collect your Ninnekos and play the campaign or multiplayer, but you will also be able to play this aspect of the game, right? Breeding the Ninnekos, going to the marketplace, putting the earn in Play-To-Earn, and that just gives, again, more depth and longevity to the game. So good on Ninneko. They really did think about all of these things. Now, of course, they also do have their campaign, which is, for the most part, the biggest thing in Ninneko, which players are going to be playing. So you can claim Mata in the campaign. The higher your level is, the more Mata you can claim. So level 1 will only be able to claim around 3, but it will lead up all the way to 7 Mata that you'll be able to claim. As you can see, this is how it works in game. The stamina limit used for claiming Mata in PvE depends on the number of adult cats you have, not counting in the cats in the locker. Okay, that are locked, right? So the more cats you have, the more mana you will have, the more you can claim. Pretty straightforward. Here are some more formulas on how that is going to work. Now this is more in-game stuff, right? How the battle works. It's going to be a turn-based battle format where you will be able to have a turn for each Ninneko, do the abilities, and then after that the other Ninnekos get to do their abilities. There's also battle modes. Besides 1v1 battles mode, Ninneko has a triple battle mode, which allows players to battle with other 3 matches in a row. Real-time battles are coming soon in the near future. So a different form of battles is also going to be introduced, again showcasing that the team is constantly developing the game and new updates are coming. An active battle, right, real-time battle, I think would be really cool for this game and is going to bring an even bigger audience to people who don't like this type of battle but do like the action battles. So really cool bullish stuff is coming. Yeah, the aura use Ninnekos from an identical faction to achieve effects in battle. Okay, yeah, this is very gameplay related. We're not going to go over these things. Again, I encourage you to read it if you really want to get into playing the game. But from an investment point of view, it isn't really relevant to know all of the abilities of all the Ninnekos, right? So that's the equipment, upgrade Ninnekos, events, other features, arena, yada, yada, yada. Okay, let's move over to the marketplace as that is slightly more relevant. So here you have the Ninneko. You'll be able to read up on all of the information regarding the NFT. And here are the market rules. All Ninnekos shown on the marketplace are level 1 Ninnekos. Once the transaction is completed, Ninneko's level will reset to level 1. Resources used to upgrade Ninnekos will be refunded to the sellers through an in-game mailbox. Amulet is rebound to Ninneko and will not be reset. Okay, so any NFT you buy will be level 1. So you're not going to be able to buy a level fucking 300 NFT and skip all the leveling or whatever. So I think that's good. You'll be able to get the Ninneko you want or sell the Ninneko you want, but you will still have to do the leveling, so it doesn't take away from the grind or become play to earn. So I think that is a good decision once again from Ninneko. This is how you can claim your Mata. You can claim Mata earned in-game through your wallet. There will be a separate option called Claim Tokens. Mata by token. Mata is an BEP20 token, which can be swapped in exchanges like PancakeSwap. So there's actually a link over here in the white paper. So go to Claim Mata, click on this link, and over there you will be able to do that. It's actually in the Ninneko market. So once you collect it, connect it to your wallet, you'll be able to do that pretty easy. Then here we have the Meta token. It's an in-game currency, of course. Here we have, I think, some of the utilities, starting with the breeding system, which you can get new Ninnekos with, which will go to players. And as you can see here, these players can then use the Ninnekos for the idle system, which will bring Mata, which players can then use to breed new Ninnekos. So it all comes back around the whole time, right? Players will earn Mata. With Mata, they can breed Ninnekos. Ninnekos get into the ecosystem. They will earn players Mata, and then they can breed more. So there's constantly new Ninnekos entering into the NFT marketplace. And because the game is easy to access, there's always new players coming who are interested. So there's always a supply and a demand, which is very healthy. And they really did think about this. Overall, I'm not really detecting any flaws. I think this works. I think it's very beginner friendly, and I think it's very accessible, and overall the whole loop seems to be working and shows that the game has thought about the longevity and how to keep players entertained long term. So I'm quite bullish on that actually. There will be rewards, buybacks, and Mata consumption. Then there's also the Nino token, right? Keep in mind though, there are of course two tokens. You have the Mata, and then you have the Nino token. The Ninneko token is a BEP20 utility/governance token for the Ninneko game. This is the contract address. So I'm actually going to go over to CoinMarketCap and make sure that I open both of them if they are both on CoinMarketCap. So we had Nino, and then we had Mata, I believe it was. There we go. So these are the two tokens. We're going to look at both of these tokens. They're quite similar in terms of price overall. Both very low, not very expensive tokens, respectively. So the Nino token is going to be the governance token and utility token. The goal of introducing Nino as a token is to provide convenient model of payment and settlement between participants who interact with the ecosystem of an Ninneko game. Players use Nino token to play for Ninneko breeding fee. Whereas Mata has an unlimited supply, Nino is limited to a maximum supply of 200 million. The spent Mata is burnt, but Nino is relocated to the community treasury, making Ninneko, in my opinion, a much more interesting investment. I don't think you can really make good money with an unlimited supply. The value will just never go anywhere meaningful because there's an unlimited supply. So investing in this Mata is not really what we're going to be talking about. It's an in-game token. You use this token, you buy this token if you play Ninneko. From an investment point of view, I don't really see an opportunity here. So later on in this video, we're mostly going to be talking about the Ninneko token. Now, this is about it. Here we have the token metrics. This is again the tokenomics, which we already discussed. However, now we also have the vesting schedules. So the team, like I said, takes a 15% cut with a 12-month cliff, that is 1 year, and then linear vesting over 10 months. So compared to other GameFi projects, a relatively short vesting with a relatively high team percentage. Now, that is a bad thing theoretically, but only if the team is to dump their tokens right away, right? They can release their tokens, but hold on to their tokens as well. But the fact that they only did a 1 year cliff and linear vesting for 10 months shows that they might want to just get their tokens right away. That is not always the case, but it's interesting to keep in mind. As for the private sale, linear daily vesting in 11 months. So daily vesting is really nice. Get your tokens as soon as possible, always a good thing. And 11 months is not even that bad. Of course, the token launch was, when was it? 2021. So by now, all of the vesting has already been completed. And yeah, the rest has also somewhat similar vesting schedules. And that is just about it for the white paper. Now, before we move over to the price prediction and the current token situation, let's move into the Twitter to find the current status of Ninneko and how the team is communicating with their community. So the Twitter has roughly 100,000 followers, which is rather big. They have a pinned comment over here with more than 900 likes and 1,000 retweets, which is let's see this. So the feature that many coaches have been waiting for has arrived. See how this feature works here. So this is the Catbird mini update. People seem to be really bullish on this. Here's one comment saying, "Whoa, just amazing projects and congratulations to the team." So people love this, right? People loving it. Here we have another post, a lot less traction, but this was 3 minutes ago, of course, so makes a lot of sense. 22 hours ago, 9 likes. Yeah, so There is hype surrounding the project. The community seems to be very active. They have a lot of followers, but more importantly, the Doxed team seems to be very interactive with the community, always pushing forward new updates, new things, having interaction and showing that they're alive, hyping the community up. And I think that is a good thing. And I really love the team for doing that. And the community seems to be really bullish also. And you can see that as well in the coin market cap, overall sentiment. We have much more bullish than we have bearish, which is a good sign. All right, everybody, let's get into the price prediction. Now that we know all the basics of Ninneko, the current status, tokenomics team, and the white paper, we can now make an honest judgment on the price. So looking at the Ninneko token right now, again, we have two tokens. We have Nino and we have Mata. Now, Mata has an unlimited supply. So very interesting. I don't think so. I don't think this is a decent investment opportunity. It's mostly interesting for using it in game. Now, I might be wrong. Okay, I'm not saying here, hey, this is huge, right? It has a really, really, really tiny market cap. So who knows? But I'm not really going to be talking about Mata, as I think Nino is a much more interesting token, mostly because it doesn't have an unlimited supply. As you can see, this has only 2,000 on its watch list and Nino has 10,000. So we're talking about Nino. Now, before moving forward, I want to make sure that we are all aware that there are more investment opportunities than just the token. We also have the NFTs, and especially with the lands coming up real soon, that could be a valid investment opportunity also. I'm going to stick with just talking about the token because that's, in my opinion, where the biggest opportunity really is. Now, allow me to introduce you guys as to why. We are seeing a very small market cap. The market cap is roughly 300k and the fully diluted market cap is below 1 million. So respectively, very, very low market cap. Meanwhile, we do have a very healthy community backing this project and quite a significant amount of volume over the last 24 hours, which, by the way, has increased 68% over the last day. Now, 15,000 compared to this small market cap is actually a lot, right? Normally, projects with a market cap this small would have volume at least half of this. So large trading volume going on with the token, very bullish sentiment over on coin market cap, and a very small market cap. So what does that mean? It essentially means that the Ninneko is a high risk, high reward project. Investing into the Ninneko can be incredibly lucrative because the market cap is so small. And don't forget that we are right now at an all-time low regarding the Ninneko token value. So buying this token right now, waiting for the bull to hit, could be incredibly lucrative, but we have to keep in mind that it is also high risk. Biggest reason for that, of course, is it's a bear market right now, so all of the projects are struggling, and secondly, and maybe even more importantly, you guys, it is a small project. That means that there is high risk. Per definition, there is not that much money into this project, and there is just less guarantees overall. So what do I expect the price to be doing in the near future? Well, Ninneko is really, really reliant on the market conditions, right? It is not looking great out there right now, and GameFi projects like this, in order to really blow up and go to the moon, they're going to need a bullish trend. And right now, that bullish trend isn't there. And with inflation reaching an all-time high, I don't see a bullish trend coming soon at all. I think it could easily take months, if not years, if you're very bearish. So Ninneko has some interesting stuff coming up on the roadmap, such as the lands and the villages. So I definitely think we would see a increase in price, right? A spike when that comes out is going to be very big. No, because the bear market will not allow it to be. But what is the biggest opportunity here in Ninneko, in my opinion, is to hold off for a little bit longer. Let's wait till the market becomes just a little bit more friendly. The token will likely continue to decrease in value like it has done over the past 3 months, as you can see over here. I don't see this decrease stopping any time. all of the projects are bleeding, and with this bear market not stopping anytime soon, it's likely that for many months to come, these projects will continue to bleed. Let's just watch how the Ninneko team is handling this. If after 3 months, Ninneko is still up and running, pumping out updates, the community is still there, the volume is still there, and the token price has simply continued to drop, then we have really seen some strength of Ninneko. And we can make the assumption that the team isn't just going to bail out, and that financially the Ninneko game is strong enough to survive probably the rest of this bear market. Because the token will be even lower in price, we'll get to enter even cheaper into the Ninneko token, and then we'll just have to hold on for dear life and hope that the market conditions better. Now, I don't think the Ethereum merge will have any form of consequences for the market overall. I think we're going to continue to be bearish, but we're not going to be bearish forever. So get these tokens now might be a little bit too soon, but getting these tokens sooner or later, in my opinion, very, very good deal, because with this type of market cap, it is waiting. Ninneko is waiting to blow up when market conditions better. Now, I'm not saying, hey, there's nothing interesting in Ninneko for the next 6 months. I'm saying there's some interesting stuff coming up in the roadmap. And I think personally that a quick flip can be done when there is enough hype regarding the new village sale. But the big gains regarding Ninneko is probably going to be made in 2023. Now, I know that some people have been expecting somewhat of a pump in Q4 of 2022. And although it might be possible, I wouldn't per se count on it too much. We've also expected a pump for Magicraft after the listing on Gate.io. That was quite a failure. I'm not expecting Ninneko to do much different. But if you are very bullish on Ninneko, it might be a good idea to invest now just to be sure. I mean, just having these Ninneko tokens, it's already the all-time low, so we don't have to push it that much further. Getting the tokens right now and just holding on for a couple years until the bull run hits might not even be that crazy. Now, I want to basically end the video off with one more note, right? And that is that today it is still an all-time low. So that is always a decent time to enter into this market. And if we look at how many people are holding this token, 13.2 thousand addresses are having the same mindset. They trust Ninneko, they think it's going to blow up, so thousands of people are already holding this token. And again, you don't need to invest thousands to make a good flip. If you put in, let's say, $100 and you'll just hold it there for a year and Ninneko goes absolutely wild, 100x, then congratulations, you can go to the Bahamas this year, right? So we're not talking about huge investments needed to make huge gains with Ninneko. 100x, 50x, 20x, they're all possible if market conditions better. Right now it's an all-time low. 1 + 1 = 2. Is it a good day to buy right now? Yes. Is it an even better time to buy in a couple of months? In my opinion, yes. But what do you guys think? Am I on the right track here, or do you guys feel like I have it all wrong? Also keep in mind, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my personal opinions. Always do your own research before investing in any of these projects. All right, you guys, that was just about it for me, however. So again, I'm quite bullish long-term on Ninneko. I don't think anything will happen with the price anytime soon, apart from, of course, the village sales that is coming up. I do think a quick flip can be done over there, but in the long run, I don't think 2022 will see any significant changes in the price. 2023, however, or the very end of 2022, might see market conditions getting better, and thus Ninneko spiking up to the moon with such a low market cap. Overall, though, that was just about it for today. So thank you guys so much for joining in. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao, ciao, bye-bye. Take care.